Hey guys, welcome to Car Question. Do you remember in the 1990s when cars were small engine, fun to drive, the pocket rocket years? Do you remember those years? I do. And this week I have a reminder because we are trying the new Volkswagen Golf and it reminds me of those years. Look at that car. Newly designed for this year. Well, the changes are subtle, you know, when you look at it, you know it's a Golf, that's for sure. And they've done a great job through with the front end. LED headlights, look at the fog lights right there, fog lights, which are quite powerful, are nicely placed, quite discreet. Look at the red line also, which is going all the way up to the side right there, all the way up to the other lights. Just love this lights right there. You've got a nice dynamic front, but the only thing that's broken the style, I think, it's that sensor right there. You know, you're gonna have security option in the car, but when you add that, there you go, you have a big square in your grille. That's not my favorite, but you know what, we're gonna do with it. On the side, typically a Golf, that's for sure. I love the wheels, and look at that, remembers me of the 1990s when everybody were painting their caliper red. Right now it's done already when you buy the GTI package with the performance. Big brakes, big powerful brakes. Look at the wheel, 18 inches wheels. Those are kind of cool, you know, they're unique styling. I love that. Let's move to the back of the car. It's typically a Golf once again. Slight changes. You got changes to the light, that's for sure. Got a big GTI logo down there, and when you put it in reverse, you've got your camera that's coming out of there. I love the dual exhaust though. You know, the exhaust, yes, from the, you know, that's gonna give you great sound with that 2.0 liter engine, turbo. You've got 220 horsepower because it's the performance version, and 258 pound-feet of torque. That's quite powerful compared to the older version. The trunk, you know, it's spacious. You can put a lot of things, and look at that. You can simply open the trap to put some skis on, and the height of the trunk is adjustable. So you can gain some spaces. You can simply put this panel a little bit higher or lower as you want it. And you know what? We love hatchback because they're quite useful. You know, you're going to be able to have a good performance car and still be able to carry a person with a lot of cargo. Look at the seat, look at the angle of the seat. Yeah, look at the fabric too. I don't know if you like it, guys, just should comment about that, but we don't have the leather option right now in the car, so we have this I think they call it the clock fabric. So it reminds us of the old year once again, the Sirocco years, the Golf GTI years back in the old days in the 1970s. You could see those kind of fabrics. The inside is quite looking good. We can see some parts that you could find in Audi, that's for sure. I love this GTI emblem right there with the use of the chrome. Sober, simple, black, but it's quite nice. Little piano black accent right there with the handbrake. And let's turn on this car with the start-stop engine button right there. There you go, unique sound to Volkswagen, that's for sure when you start it. Let's rev it a little. You can hear, oh, there you go, a little bit of eco advice. Don't press the accelerator when you're in park. Well, we're limited to 4,000 RPM. There you go. Too bad for that, because I would have loved to hear that sound. You know, when you're rolling with the car, the sound is just fun. You can hear this little exhaust note with popping, and we like that. So we've got the GTI version, as you can see, nice leather right there. You've got the DSG, yes, the GSG transmission, I must not forget that. One of the quickest automatic transmission I've seen on the market. You know, when you're dropping those gear, it is so fast it's always ready, you know, to go in another gear, that's for sure. We've got the new infotainment system, you know, with that screen. A unique feature that I love with that, you know, when you press on one of the buttons, right now I've pressed band, if I get my finger close to the screen, look how it's gonna react. I'm not touching it, and you've seen the menu right there just appear just modify. It's the same thing if I put it in navigation right there. Now you can see the destination, the view, and you know, when I'm far, there you go, you've got full screen. But as soon as I get my finger near, I'm not even touching it, you know, and you can see all the menu appear. If I move my finger back, there you go, it's going full screen, you know, maximization of the size of the screen. Media, phone, voice. You even get some traffic information, the car information, the status of the vehicle. You can choose different view with information about your trip, since you fill up the car, since your start. Besides that, you have your comfort consumption. As soon as you have the climatization or the fog light turned on or any electronics, let's turn on the defrost right now. There you go. You're gonna see it appear, and you're gonna see the consumption going up. So as I always told you guys, as soon as you open something electric in your car, you've got some fuel consumption. So right now it's giving us information about what's running in the car and what's consuming some energy. You've got tons of setting. It's responding pretty good right now. If I push the status vehicle right now, I'm gonna see some status. As soon as I open the door or something like that right there, I'm gonna see it, and I can always move to the other display right there, tire pressure, and you've got a lot right there, menu. So kind of okay. Besides that, you've got dual zone climatization, and one thing is cool is that I can select quickly where I want to put the air. I can always select the 3 positions, so that's good. A lot of cars don't offer that. Dual zone, AC, you know, quite simple. If I move down to the DSG transmission right there, I've got 2 buttons, you know, for the traction control, we love that, and for the mode. Look at what it's gonna do. So the mode is gonna adapt my style of driving, you know, and it's gonna adapt the car to what I want. Comfort, the shocks are gonna be, you know, it's gonna be more comfortable to ride on a harsh road. Normal, just typical driving, and sports mode. That's where the fun goes on. But the one that I prefer the most is individual. I can press on the setting button right there, and I can configure everything that I want, from the suspension, you know, with all the setting, comfort, normal, sport. I can adapt the direction, the engine response, the LSD. Yes, we have a LSD in this one, you know, limited slip differential, which is controlled electronically. You've got directional lighting in the front of the headlights. You know, they're turning 13 degrees, and you've got a great lighting at night because you can leave the fog opens with the full light. So that's kind of quite good, you know. I've not seen that often in some car. And you know, if I want the suspension softer but still got all my sports mode, sport reaction of the direction, the engine, I can do that, and I can program that. And that's what I like about that Golf, is how you can customize right now the car to your setting, to what you want, to your style of driving. And you know what, the Golf has been a great communicator of the road. You know, you're driving, you can feel the braking. The suspension right now is a little bit harder than I used to know in the older version, but you know what, I don't think that's going to be a problem for me. So right now, what can I find in the Golf is great assembly quality, in resistance, it's great in the communication of the road, and a lot of VW products are going to be based on that chassis. So besides that, you've got great performance of the engine, you know, 220 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque. That's a lot from a little 2.0 liter engine, and you've got that engine note, you know, when you're shifting gear, that we just like right now, and the transmission is just so fun. Even if we have an automatic, I know you guys, you're curious out there, if you want a manual, that's available, that's for sure. So there you go, guys. Hope you like this quick review of the Golf. We're gonna have a bigger video soon for you. So while you're waiting, why don't you write us your comments on what you think about that car? If you ever own a Golf GTI, share your experience with us, and we're probably gonna talk about that later in Car Questions. So there you go, guys. See you later for the full video and maybe another car to test.